calling you a radical. He's got head down below his knees. Got to be good looking 'cause he's so hard to see. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club fucking band continued. I'm telling you, we'll connect these fucking dots. Brian Epstein, you know, Linda McCarthy, Linda Epstein, not Linda Eastman. The Eastmans changed their name, Epstein. That's her cousin. Jeffrey Epstein is Linda McCarthy's cousin. Oh, I'll tell you how I got down this rabbit hole, and I'll tie it all right here. The house that the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate cartel, Wattis Construction, Floor Construction, GE, that built this house when the merger of Utah Construction and GE happened. You know, I'll tie it into Paul Allen's death of AML leukemia, who was friends with Maxwell. Damian Lillard playing right there, headed by 22 points at halftime in the Big Sky Championship game, and loses. Brian Johnson never misses a free throw, misses a shot, and then later says, I was in that arena. That was on what? March 11th? March 10th, exactly when the Fukushima disaster? To the second, the year before. Damian Lillard, to the second. Oh, I'm in that house. Let me connect these fucking dots. This is important historical video. Yoko Ono, anti-neo-Yoko Dadaism. The Japanese imperial... I can prove to you the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate killed John Lennon. John Lennon blown away. Now stay with me. My oldest daughter, conceived in this town, the beautiful designer in Italy. She was conceived that night. How do I know that? DNA. The only time I ever slept with her mother. Kevin Blanch, the 33rd soup can. These guys also owned American Can. The soup can. Kevin. I mean, I could tie all this in. I'm going to right now. So, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Who's on the cover? What? Crowley? The occultist? Oh, yeah. Brian Epstein died at what age? How old? Who? The Beatles? Linda McCarthy is really Epstein related? Oh, yeah. Jeffrey Epstein's cousin? Oh, yeah. The fucking... Zorro, the sex slap at where? Los Alamos. William Barr's father? Yeah, the occultist, the grisly filmmaker, the sex slave fucking book writer. That's William Barr's dad. Oh yeah, Trump is the deep state. This all ties together. Now stay with me. When I was in New York in the day, I was pretty connected, really connected. I was in #1 school of business in the United States here. I was a derivative arbitrage specialist. I was I good at it. I was connected with everybody. By the way, I love it how Reddit comes at me. Does a thread on me and goes after me. I was friends with Aaron Swartz. I was in the courtroom the day that Aaron Swartz died with a central line hanging out of my jugular vein. The doctors at LDS State Bone Marrow Transplant paid for my trip. I broke down and cried that day. The only time I ever broke down. In front of my daughter. That girl. It's like, what? I didn't know he'd died. The same day my dad died. It's January 11th, killed by the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. So stay with me. So I was connected with this incredible female in New York in the day. She was a fucking genius. She says, Kevin. She started talking about Yoko. I says, Yoko Ono is the heir to the Japanese royal family. Me and her used to talk a lot about the fact that John Lennon got hooked in. Now, Kevin Blanch, I'm a DADA artist, as you know. I'm a DADA. Now think about it, DADA. Elsa Plotz and her soup can bra. The soup can bra, Andy Warhol stole that. Deschamps, bastard child, Deschamps stole it from Elsa Plotz. Elsa Plotz used to wear a tomato soup can bra right in New York City. She used to call Marcel Deschamps Mars. That's where it came from. That's where he got the fucking idea, the 33rd soup can, Kevin D. Blanch. It's unarguable. So, I was a football guy when I was a kid, like everybody was in America. And I was a big Tom Landry fan. I loved the guy. By the way, who died of AML leukemia. I remember listening to him talk about who the greatest football player he ever saw was, and he says, oh, that's no doubt, Frank Gifford. You know, Landry was a player himself, but Gifford played defense, played offense, and he just went, I love Frank Gifford. I fucking loved him. And I remember one time I told this girl, I says, well, Frank Gifford married Kathy Lee Epstein. That's what got me really going down this rabbit hole. And this is when the Epstein case was going on in New York, when he was doing all this stuff. And we knew the prosecutor was all fucking connected, which, by the way, is in Trump's administration. Clear back then. My father nuked to death in the fucking Nevada test site. By the way, I'll tell you even a better connection. Listen, I mean, I can go. I can't believe somebody hasn't interviewed me. Oh, I can go. So, the night that he's died, Howard Cosell. John Lennon has been killed. He breaks down crying. Patriots playing Dolphins. I'll never forget that. Gifford. I mean, all these connecting fucking dots. I knew that the fucking Epstein fucking connection is MI6 and it's CIA. I knew it. By the way, speaking of CIA, Scowcroft just died. Yeah, that's Scowcroft. Yeah. You want to talk CIA? I stuccoed his house many, many years ago before their other house in Virginia. He just passed away. I knew him personally. He's from here, right here. Brian Epstein. What? Jeffrey Epstein. Linda Epstein. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is where it gets really good. So, Maxwell's father. Oh, yeah. Nuclear industry. Fucking all Los Alamos. Thus the cover-up of Fukushima. I was so heavily entitled. You don't even know how connected I am with fucking Anonymous. You have no clue. I mean, it's amazing how... You think that's coincidence? I led this Million Mass March? Fucking invented it, me and John Anthony and crew. You think that's just all 7 million people? You think it's coincidence I get cancer in the fall of 2011? It's unbelievable. They know I know. I'm classified. The CIA has me classified for a fact. I know this for a fact. It's unbelievable. Look what they've done to me. I get leukemia in the fall of 2011, AML. I can go and go and go on these connections. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Do. You want to see the fucking show? Oh, yeah. Brian Epstein. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Jeffrey. So, her. Maxwell. You know who she's friends with? Damian Lillard in the house, who I know personally. Paul Allen. Microsoft was stole here by Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Alan Ashton, who's David O. McKay's grandson, and Bruce Bastion, who's Philo Farnsworth's grandson. Yeah, those two invented the operating system. Here. They were in the band. Gates and Allen stole it. Do you know that Paul Allen was close friends with Maxwell? Remember his yacht, and he was supposedly the ocean guy, the greenwashers, and he tore out the barrier reef and left his thing down? How about her, the greenwasher? I remember somebody came to me and says, well, Paul Allen and her, they got this big ocean thing. Well, maybe they can fund the post. I says, fuck you. Okay. They were friends. Paul Allen died of AML leukemia. My doctor was Steve, one of my daughters, Steve. I'm in, right here, Ogden Clinic right there. That's my uncle, Thomas, who started it. The famous Vincent Hanson, my uncle, who saved my life. Vincent, his old partner. Kevin, you're the greatest miracle I've ever seen. I get AML de novo leukemia. 60 billion. One of my doctors was Steve Jobs' doctor. Rob, I had multiple doctors. Mike Lee kicks me off Medicaid. Almost cost me a life. My chest split open. What a fucking journey. Annika dies of leukemia. My partner. That letter that got leaked into the internet, did he write that, Rob? Saying, I can't pay anybody anything, fucking scumbag? Oh, he wrote it. Kevin Blank's the 33rd soup can. What's he talking about, Warhola? The nuclear energy crime scandal not only killed John Lennon, John Lennon was living in L.A., was living in San Diego, hiding from Yoko. He was living with a different girl. She bailed back in, said she had some Sergeant Pepper fucking, Hindu guru to cure him. Hinckley, yeah, the Hinckley family here, president of the Mormon Church. I stuccoed his house. I know him personally. 28th and Washington. Hinckley used to call the house and talk to my designer born conceived that night's mama. By the way, she has a baby. You can't even make this up. Well, she has a little girl, not a baby anymore. Her name's Gigi. Guess what day she was born? The 26th of January. Oh, yeah. What Kobe? Kobe, the Japanese word. COVID-19. I can go and go and go. I'd go all day on this. They killed John Lennon. They killed JFK. It's the CIA, Bush. Ha! Zion Energy. What's that? Mark David Chapman. Hinckley. Bush, the oldest Bush boys. Zion Energy were together with the Hinckley family when he shot him. It ricocheted when... By the way, Reagan here in town drove by my house. I remember the CIA came to my house and interviewed me because they drove right down Grand Avenue. I was wasted when they did it. And, you got your guns over there? Right here. Tomato Days. Tomato Days. Oh, right here. Cooper, Utah. All connections lead here. They killed him. Mark David Chapman and Hinckley were together as 14-year-old boys abroad in Lebanon. World Vision. Oh, yeah. One of them's out. The other one gets his conjugal visits from his Japanese wife. Yoko Ono is heir to the Japanese throne. Her father, they came over here. Now you think about it. DADA, you're supposed to be poor. DADA, you got to just use what you have. That incredible movement. They're peace activists. Ask Salvador. Ask Picasso. He stood up to Franco. Ask them all. That was fucking what DADA is. Anti-neo. How does a fucking billionaire fucking imperialist take over the whole DADA movement? Remember? Double fantasy? She was making double fantasy. Me and Eric Oppenheimer, Kevin Finnegan, fucking right there with a square inch where he died. She was supposed to talk to us. That's Dennis Oppenheim's son. Oh, I got so many connections you don't even want to fucking know in this journey. Oh, they killed him. Maxwell, no, she has the goods. Her dad's CIA, MI6. The fucking nuclear industry, CIA, they're all the same clan. The cover-up of Fukushima, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, to this fucking day we haven't seen the fucking photographs of the mass murder that fucking caused. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Come Back. Got to be good looking because he's so hard to see. Hello, come together. Wake the fuck up. Brian Epstein. Linda Epstein. Linda McCarthy, Linda Epstein, and Yoko Ono went to school together at Indian Point, New York in the same fucking prep school, the CIA prep school. It's a fact. So he leads her. She talks in. You can see he's trailing behind her. And he kills him. The greatest anti-nuclear activist who ever lived. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Do you know Paul McCartney's mother, Shellerfield, fucking died that young? He was a hardcore anti-nuclear. Let it be, we'll make you so. But, you know, they hate each other by now. He was the radical activist. If you want a revolution, you can count me out. Do you think that's all fucking? Please. Brian Epstein. Kathy Lee Epstein. Fucking Linda Epstein. Maxwell's father is fucking MI6 CIA nuclear energy as they get. The nuclear energy crime is running the whole fucking show. What do you fuckers in the CIA think what you did to me? Break fucking ranks. They killed Lennon. They killed John Kennedy too. Try me. I can go for fucking hours on this. Fucking Monday Night Football, Dandy Don, Frank Gifford, married to Kathy Lee Epstein. You know, go on and on and on. But Linda McCarthy and Epstein are cousins. Eastman, they changed the name. That's what they all do. This is World War I history playing out. European history playing out here. Hello, she has the goods. So in a hearing today, they were supposed to release it today. They filed again for another fucking delay. She has all the name. By the way, Trump. By the way, Virginia and these young girls back in those days were screaming their heads off in the 90s. I remember going to fucking dinner with a group of us with fucking one of them. I remember going with Amy Goodman. Fucking all this and fucking me and her talking on, you know, Pat Tillman, this fucking murder. And they didn't give a fuck. I'm like, you know his own government killed him. You don't want the fucking truth. You can't handle the truth. The nuclear energy crime, the cover-up of Fukushima is the greatest crime in human history. The fucking Fukushima. Make sure this is still going. What a fucking story. What a story. I've known this for fucking years. Fukushima.